we're going into the cathedral. In this Diablo free Reaper of Souls hardcore. I did not realise there were people behind the door. Ah well. Playing as our Crusader, Kyrie. Hopefully the adventures of Kyrie do not end today. Which is always something we've got to be present of, because it's quite easy to die accidentally. So, this is the first instance of traps. Traps can be dropped on enemies, usually instant killing them, killing enough people with traps, which actually I don't think it's enough people, it's kill anyone with traps and you gain resource gain, but which basically increases how quickly we gain Wrath in our case, Rage if you're a barbarian, Mana, Hatred, whatever. All classes have different basically the meter always exists, but it's different for every character, like what it's supposed to be. I don't know where that is. It there? Oh, nice. 4 victims hit. So we've got a couple of different newer enemies, the grotesques, which are large bulbous things that then explode into more enemies.
In the eastern kingdom of Kyrgyzstan, I heard rumors of Zakharum warriors called Crusaders. While the natives were most reticent, I was able to deduce that this order was founded 200 years ago, just as Rakis took his army of paladins west. But these Crusaders went east on a very different mission.
So there's someone trying to give us a bit of lore on the Crusader. I believe there is lore for each class that you can find throughout the game. I should have dropped that on them. Yes! Because I'm still gaining the experience for it. It's worth using the traps to your advantage, even if you lure people into them. Anything down here? Karen bats. I need better gear, really. I'm still using the spear that doesn't have much in the way of damage. We will obviously get a lot more gear and stuff later on, but this is probably where, or close to where, we should lower the difficulty for a little while until we get better gear. Leather gloves, not better. We're also getting some good gear off completing quests, but there's only so much we can do in that regard. Rooted. Destroy the gargoyle. So, down on the map, down on the D-pad, will reveal the map. The entire map. It appears I have found the door. Which is here.
I require more wrath.
I do require more wrath. I never seem to have enough of it. Yo, Ravenous Dead. I don't think I'm ever gonna get that many challenges. There's something that will come up later. So as you can see, we haven't explored this area. And I am a sucker for exploring the entire map because there might be secrets and chests and helpful items for us, so we're going over there. You may have noticed as well that as I walk over bodies, they kind of roll over. That is technically that you have searched this corpse for loot. There's a lot of people here. First off, blind them, and then use as much wrath as possible to get rid of as many as possible.
Inside! Inside!
You see, so I basically delayed them to start with, attacked them a bunch, and then gained the experience up, which, well, sorry, not the experience up. Yes, we're taking the thing that gives us 100. Like, I was like 500 times more armor. That is also better armor. That glowing yellow potion is Nephilim's Glory, which is when you manage to get a massacre, you get it and it doubles your damage for a short period of time, which is very useful because if I get into large crowds, if I can stun them and delay them for a few seconds, we can then take care of them twice as fast. And keep the combo going, which is nice that they drop during the combo. So it's like, hey, you're doing well. Let me make this easier for you. It's a risk-reward scheme. Get out of here. Mine's nearly run out though. Anything down here? There's normally down beaten paths and stuff. There's lots of treasure to be found. Or at least books. Books tend to be on dead ends. I do tons when I do the exploding, but I do some. Now these guys have the subtext waller. That means they can basically put up these walls, which you might think, that could stop me from getting to. Sometimes it can block your escape, which is dangerous because if you're on low life and you can't leave, well. You'll also notice we have L1 potions. We have a bottomless potion. It basically is on cooldown once it's being used, so if I'm injured I might try and use it and show you what it does. There's nothing even here to do that to.
My name's Latdanan, and I'm cursed. Once the captain of King Leoric's army, I lived only to honor my land and my king. No man has a greater love for his king than I had for mine, even as I drove my blade through his dark and corrupted heart.
Well, that sounds morbid. I like how they will tell me story and how we're like, oh, story, I will roll into things during the time. So we need to check that downwards path. Or I need to check that downwards path because I'm a sucker for wanting to see everything. I mean, we wouldn't have found that story if I hadn't gone down there, so it makes sense that I'm doing it. Now, we could probably have a better weapon. It would allow us to do more things, really. Oh. Wait, where is this chandelier?
Here's Lazarus.
I don't know where it comes out. Oh, it must come out over this shadow.
And whispered dark and evil magics into it, instilling the notion of an imminent attack by Westmarch. Afraid to speak against the Archbishop, the councillors nodded their empty heads in agreement and sent us off to die.
I don't know if it was worth doing that, but I felt satisfied. Anybody down here? There's a cracked shield and a solid javelin, which is no better. Well, slightly better because it has like a crit chance. So I've gained another thing, Iron Skin, protects you from most damage from a short duration. I'm keeping Shield Glare because it's just better. It's gonna get even better when we hit a higher level, because there is for each category like a couple of skills. So there's 4 there, there's 5 there, and then if you check the runes, like for Punish, there are 5 different runes. Each one has a different level of unlocking. They're not necessarily better at higher levels, but they give you more options at higher levels, which is nice because anyone could build any type of thing. You could be like, I'm going to focus on crits, or I've got an armor that gives me like 25 extra crit percentage, and then it's like when you crit you gain more speed, or when you crit enemies explode. So you end up thinking, well, okay, I'm going to change how my character's built currently. You can restack on the fly, so it's very nice to do.
Foul minions, stay back! Back! May this wedge hold. The Skeleton King.
It's Leodric.
Power of the
The fallen star awakened me, and soon all will suffer as I have suffered. Gods, bring me his bones!
That is Deckard Cain. He doesn't really appear to be fighting back, does he?
Help! Help!
I am helping. Can you not see me attacking these dudes? If I had the capability, I would have killed the head
Not
cleaver
enough
immediately, because there is mini challenges within this game that ask you to do stuff. And they give you different flag parts, or they're just basically for your own enjoyment. But one of them is beat the head cleaver before killing any of his henchmen, which obviously would be easier if you could single him out somehow and not damage everyone around you. But I don't think we should be trying to do that on a hardcore playthrough with a character that's not leveled up. Probably easier to do it on normal. Are you done yet? No. Okay. Are you done now? No. Now you are. Leather gloves of the leech. That's probably life per hit.
Thank you, but why did you risk yourself for me?
Leah wanted
Your
you.
niece asked me to find you, and I agreed.
Oh, it is wonderful to hear that Leah is well. I feared the worst. I learned of this secret passage through old maps I found.
I really like Deckard Cain. He's
We
such a
must
good character.
discuss the fallen star. Follow me to Tristram.
We'll go into Tristram. We found a great lumbering axe. It's slightly better. Why does it say oh, because it's got less speed. Oh, because it's two-handed, that's why. Nope, we're not using that. We have our spear, which I would love a better spear. Or, you know, a sword, a dagger, something that can actually hurt something would be great. Going back to Tristram.
I rescued the old scholar and learned from him that a creature called the Skeleton King stands between me and the star, but not for long.
Like, she's so confident in her skills. The crusade marches on.
Uncle, you're alive!
Thanks to you and your friend here.
Yes.
It was my duty to help. Now, I would know of the falling star.
The prophecy of the end days surely points to it as a sign that the end has begun.
Please, Uncle, not more of your stories. All that matters now is that you're back.
Ooh, I got a better shield. This one has thorns. Has less of a block chance, but increases my armor. I'll take it because thorn damage is useful. It makes perfect sense that there's nobody here. I have armor. I should probably keep that second one. Break down all the things, even though I don't need to. I don't need that rusty flail. Why do I have that rusty flail? Pretty sure it's been junked. What? Why does it tell me I have it? That's... I don't know. It won't let me drop my base equipment for some reason.
The Skeleton King was once our beloved lord, Leoric. He was driven mad by Diablo's evil.
So,
He
really we
lost
should hold it
both of
not
his
against him.
sons and his very soul before he was finally defeated. Now it seems he's risen to plague this land once again.
Then I will be the cure.
The key to defeating him lies in his old crown. Seek out our blacksmith, Hadrig. He knows of its whereabouts.
Why does the blacksmith know?
You should not dismiss the signs so lightly. Do you not believe the evidence of your own?
I should really have been selling my stuff as well. Which is what I intended to do, but I didn't do it because I was silly. You do have a better sword, but it's not super better, and I'm not going to waste... you know, we will find something better. I hope.
The first sign shall appear in the heavens.
Yes, you've been telling me about the text since I was 8 years old, Uncle. I just don't think we should...
This is actually story that they're not telling us, and it's just happening in the background. It leads to a more organic world. There's a book in Kane's house.
We have come at last to Tristram's old cathedral. This is where Diablo, Lord of Terror, first corrupted mankind. This is where I may finally find the answers I seek. Leah worries after my safety, but I believe information vital to defeating the last lords of the burning hells can be found here.
So there's supposed to be 7 Lords of the Burning Hells, or is it 8?
You know what would take everyone's mind off their troubles? One of Theodos's great comedies.
I've seen one of them. 2 men dressed as women screeching at each other and tearing their bodices. Huh, that'd cheer me right up.
Glad to hear it. Rehearsals in 3 hours.
Don't think that's what he meant, dude, but yeah. Diablo, Mephisto, I don't know them. I'm really bad at this.
Uncle Deckard is home, rescued from the clutches of the Skeleton King. I'm so glad. But the Skeleton King, I thought he was a folktale. The idea of Mad King Leoric returning to torture this place. Hasn't Tristram suffered enough?
As the story goes on, Leah writes her journal, and we, as a nosy person, just ignore it.
So
Hey,
this
Moose.
is how it ends? They dragged my cart from the road, but for what? I can't get it repaired. Might as well dig a hole and die in it.
Well, digging a hole would take your mind off your fear.
Whoop woo, you go, girl. I love
Perhaps
just
don't
tormenting
touch anything
people.
unless you're buying it. I like to keep my inventory clean. Leah spent all night alongside the blacksmith's wife, tending the wounded.
What? She was out defending the gates this morning. What is driving that woman?
Oh, wow. Didn't know Leo was just wrecking shop here. Do I have enough? Yeah. Maxed out. So, this is a lady. She can change the appearance of anything you own. So, if I didn't want my helmet, which I'm not wearing, if I wanted it to look like this, I could pay a bit of gold and it would change. It's a nice little thing. She can also re-enchant weapons.
Are you Hadrig? Deckard Cain said you could help me find the crown of Leoric.
Not now. It's my wife. She's locked in the cellar like all those who've been bitten. I'm to put them all down. But how can I kill my own wife?
It is a hard burden you bear. I will help.
Thank you. Follow me.
Yeah, she can re-enchant weapons. Now, when I was on the PlayStation 3, she didn't actually turn up till Act 5, so it's really weird that she's here right away. Don't mind, but, you know, it is weird. Also, doesn't cost a lot to have her fully upgraded, so...
Alright, friends. I'm sorry.
Do your duty, blacksmith. No matter how hard.
Who decided the blacksmith would be the best person to kill all the undead? Like... I mean, I guess a blacksmith would have to be strong, because you have to smelt metal all
My wrath
day.
is low.
But, you know, it doesn't make any sense.
My love. Forgive me.
Hadrig! Help me!
Oh. It's a really sad subtitle when it just says Wife of Hatred. Time for the epic wailing on session, hoping our regeneration lasts more than shows. Bonk. Bonk. Oh, we got a Javelin of the Angels, that's helpful. Does slight holy damage, slightly more damage. That'll do.
I couldn't have done this without you. I'm in your debt. My name is Hedrig Aemon.
You owe me nothing, but I would welcome your aid in my quest to find the crown of Leoric.
I can help you there. It's buried with his chancellor, my grandfather. You'll find his tomb in a cemetery in the Weeping Hollow. And if you see my fool apprentice out there, tell him to get back to town.
I can do. We gain the provoke skill, which is probably not great in this mode. Also, I'm sure we got something else then. Oh, right. That's what I'm thinking about. Crown of Leodric. This is something that I managed to acquire last time, but I got a second one, which increases strength, vitality, and life per second. Also, if we were to get a gem, it would basically double the effect of the gem, because gems add additional effects to abilities. Anything your character is holding when you die will disappear in hardcore mode. Anything in the stash actually stays about because it's an inter-character transfer ability, which is nice. So we do have a few leftovers from my attempt before, one of them being a Leodric crown, which is somewhat helpful.
I require more wrath.
I require more wrath. Bunt. Back. Really love the just charge in, take a guy out. I don't think we're gonna get to anyone in time. Nope. Rotting corpses. Ooh, there's a whole bunch of things over here. Might be a foe worth killing, but still.
Not ready yet.
Ah. Need to be careful.
Not yet.
Yeah. Ability to vortex me is making it so I can't run. Ooh. I'll speed this up. So the nice thing about the provoke rune is it gives us a whole bunch of wrath immediately. Rune ability. But because it attracts everyone to me, it can leave me surrounded, which doesn't help. Increased attack times. Oh, yes, we will take that. Has a slightly faster attack speed and also does more damage, which is always what we want, especially against the increased damaging hordes that is all these enemies. Boom! But enough of you.
Not enough wrath.
Not enough wrath? What do you mean? I have plenty of wrath. I'm super angry right now. Yar. mind. Get some more rafts. Yep. Goodbye. Sweet frog prince. I never loved you anyway. Goodbye. Sweet frog man. I never loved you anyway. I'm running around with a crown on my head just like, I'm a princess. Ah. Are any of you ever going to become frogs? No. Are any of you frog princes? No. Why'd you even come to me then? Is it because you want to leave this mortal coil? I mean, that would make sense, I suppose. Whoop, why did I go all the way over there? I would like an AoE, but that is the flail, and the flail is kind of weak. Also, the ability to charge at people is kind of useful, so... What's in the chest? Adventuring Coil of the Bird. Which is just better. Good. Good. Yeah. I think we're about to unlock a really useful ability. When we hit level 10, I think that's when we get our passives. I can hear a treasure goblin. Where? So, I don't know if I covered the idea of treasure goblins. There he is. Right. So a treasure goblin is a demon that has treasure, you know, obviously. But it will try and flee, so if you manage to kill it before it leaves,
Patience.
you will gain a bunch of treasure. However, they run around a lot and is making it so it's aggroing every enemy, which is not easy, and obviously I don't do a lot of damage to it, so...
The blacksmith's apprentice. Yet another innocent falls.
Well, we found that dude. I'm having to shield bash him to A, keep up, and B, stop him from running away. Because every time he opens that portal, he's trying to leave. Got him! But as you can see, you get quite a lot of good loot out of it. Or at least it drops a lot of loot. Them being gemstones,
My wrath is low.
other things like that. So it's kind of a priority for me to get them, but it can lead to you aggroing everything and almost getting yourself killed. Which is not something we really want. I noticed that there are not only some harder enemies in front of me, there are also some harder enemies over there. That's great.
Not ready yet.
Ugh. We could do with you guys being a little bit easier.
Patience.
Ah, yes. Excellent. You've unlocked a passive skill. I'm going to go into them in like 2 seconds. When I tried to keep my combo going, didn't manage it, but I've still got a Nephilim's Glory for a few more seconds, which is helpful.
Not yet.
Not yet. She dropped something useful, but that useful thing was just a helmet instead of a weapon. Since we've got a legendary, the legendary's just going to outshine it for a while. Legendaries, so
Patience.
white's are commons, blues are uncommons, yellow is rare, and orange is legendary. Obviously legendaries being the best and the rarest. It actually will show up on the map when you get one with a star, so you don't miss them. legendaries tend to dwarf things for quite a few levels, so you normally want to equip any legendaries you get, although they could be rolled with stats that don't quite work. So before we go, you gain a passive ability, which is basically just a feature that you can keep on. So I can wield a two-handed weapon while also wielding a shield. The damage is reduced by 20%, but considering how powerful two-handed weapons are, yeah. Like that, you can see the damage is significantly higher. So we equip that. Don't need that. But now if we go to skills and equip Heavenly Strength, we can equip a shield again. This is something only the Crusader can do. The other one is Feather. While wielding a one-handed attack weapon, your attack speed increases by 15% and all cooldowns are reduced by 15%. So if you're switching between, I tend to switch between them depending on what the best weapon I have at the moment is. Regeneration is always amazing and stuff like that. So I think we've gone on for a while, so I will end this part here. We'll check out the catacombs and other things in the next part.